I'm Capt.Todd Neblett. I'm with 204th Area Support Medical Company. I think my favorite part of being in the Minnesota National Guard is the opportunity I've had to meet so many wonderful people from different walks of life, backgrounds, and areas of the country. When I meet these people and hear their history, it's enriched my life, and hopefully they've been able to take something from me that's enriched their life too. I deployed to Kuwait in the winter and spring of 2013. I served with a General Service Aviation Battalion as the aeromedical physician assistant. The company was Black Hawk Battalion. When deployed, I was a member of a team who took care of the health needs and the members of the battalion, ensured the safety of the air crew, as well as keeping the aviators flying and keeping the commander informed about the medical status of his unit. If one is paying attention to the unit's concerns, hopefully you'll be able to identify issues that soldiers are facing, because if you're not integrated with the unit, then you're not going to know what's happening with your aviators, and that's your main job as an aeromedical provider. I took the opportunity to develop an educational program for several different issues that I felt were important to the troops I was serving with. One was UV protection in both sunscreen and barrier protection, which I thought was especially important in a Middle Eastern country like Kuwait and with aviators that are outside in the sun sometimes frequently. The other thing I worked on was educating the unit on nutritional supplement use, which became quite popular among soldiers and other service members looking to get their fitness to a higher level while deployed. And there are some of those supplements that can be not beneficial or even hazardous. And so I developed an educational program within the battalion to educate the troops about the risks and benefits of the supplements that were available to them overseas. I wouldn't really have the opportunity to accomplish these things if I hadn't made myself available, despite there being not much time prior to mobilization date. But this is just what's necessary to be a member of the Minnesota National Guard, being one that's willing to volunteer and to make oneself available. Some of the best advice I can give for perseverance would be, for one, never to give up, but also to keep things in perspective, because many of the challenges we face in the military many times can be self-limiting, even though they don't seem so right away. People can sometimes get in the way of the problem themselves. Sometimes it's better to take a step back and to remember that the challenges many times will pass. Keep things in perspective of what's important to you, what's important to while you're serving, and to keep those things in focus when other things are vying for your attention. I think personally that some of the more difficult times for me have been transitioning, especially in deployment. It can be difficult to go from a civilian environment to all of a sudden be on active duty in a combat zone. I think it's even somewhat of a challenge just to put on the uniform once a month, to be a civilian throughout the month, and then to have to enter into this role and to be able to perform and to work at the level to which we've been called over the last decade or so. It takes a lot of work and dedication, but again, being a member of a team is essential to us all getting our jobs done.